Good morning and welcome back to KSNT News here on your Wednesday. We are following a flood warning in Manhattan right now near Wildcat Creek in the Keats area. We're going to go to meteorologist David George here this morning with the latest on conditions. David.
Brittany, good morning. We show you the Weather Cam Network shot out of Manhattan. There's still some very light rain, but it was the overnight rain that was 2 to 3 inches. And then the combination of that with everything that we've had earlier this week that has caused the problems on Wildcat Creek. And so just like last year there was flooding, this year there's flooding likely. The flood stage at Wildcat Creek right there at Manhattan Scenic Drive. The flood stage is 14 feet. It's currently at 15 feet as a level, but could go up another 6 feet as early as 10 o'clock to lunchtime today. And so evacuations have been encouraged for about the last hour and a half to 2 hours time in that particular area. And again, that same area that flooded around Keats, that's where everybody's encouraged to get out of harm's way. There's a look at Emporia, still some light rain working through. That's a batch that will stay likely close to or just south of Topeka as we go towards 7, 8, and 9. And not too much rain happening right now on Topeka's west side and looking southwest, but we're certainly green. And we've had a ton of rain to keep things green for a while. Probability gradually drops on off as we go through the mid to late morning, and then right in that late afternoon and through early evening there's going to be one last batch in this series, and that's going to happen from 5 p.m. to about 10 o'clock, a little bit later toward Kansas City, and then it too will taper off in that wee hour, probably around midnight to 2 a.m. It will essentially shut off, and that will be the end of it. But that's going to put some totals this week alone in the 5 to 8 inch category, as what happens tonight might be another ½ inch to an inch, and in some isolated areas maybe an inch and a half. Here's the rain down toward Osage City and Emporia, sliding through Burlington. That will impact these southeast counties going toward 8 and 9. Still these lingering light showers. That's a part of this giant circulation that came through in the overnight. And yes, indeed, a repeat of all the lightning strikes that in turn made the thunder and some big booms in the overnight to disturb sleep. But this is gradually working out of here. But now we're getting the formation in southwest Kansas, some more showers and storms. And that's what we get in roughly, say, 8 to 10 hours from now. So that will gradually cross the state all day today. Record high of 95 on this date. We've had a light freeze. That was back on this date in 1980. And the average high is 74. But guess what? Today we're going to be close to it. But tomorrow, probably mid-50s, a dramatic cool down for tonight and tomorrow behind this big storm. So what we're getting over the next 24, low 70s today, dropping off into the upper 40s by morning, and we'll stay in those low to mid-50s throughout the entire Thursday period before gradually recovering. So today, the chance of this rain early in spots, then the late day thunderstorms. It'll be a repeat of what we've had, but it won't last nearly as long. And then the evening thunderstorms move off, mainly cloudy. There's your cooler day. 50s on Thursday, but we talk about a pretty Mother's Day in just a matter of moments.
All right, thank you, David. And again, this morning we are monitoring a flood warning near Wildcat Creek. Right now, KSNT news crews are on the way. You see our storm tracker here on the way to the creek. The National Weather Service is encouraging evacuations in the Keats area right now. KSNT is monitoring the situation. We are in close contact with officials as well. We'll keep you updated here on air this morning, as well as on our website, ksnt.com. And as more storms are coming through the area in northeast Kansas, people in Linden are also cleaning up the damage this morning. Monday night storms caused plenty of debris in people's yards, from small branches to even large parts of trees that have now fallen over. Community members are helping out where they can to help with the cleanup efforts. The 70 to 80 mile per hour wind gusts caused many trees to fall over and even destroyed some barns and sheds. One woman there says she watched out her window, hoping the tree in her backyard would not come toppling down on her house.
We were actually watching out a back window of our house because the wind kicked up really fast, and within 3 minutes one side of the tree went down, and not even 2 minutes later the other side went down the opposite direction.
Definitely a scary situation here. Well, not only was the city busy cleaning up debris, but as you see, electrical workers have also been working around the clock on power lines that were damaged during the storm. This did cause some people to lose power. The storm even caused people in the Linden School District some delayed school starts for 2 hours yesterday morning because of that power outage. And the rain will only increase flooding chances around the area. It could also put some Memorial Day plans in jeopardy for people specifically in Osage County. Roads near Pomona Lake and boat ramps are closed right now because of high water. Officials say water levels at the lake are 14 feet above the average. Now, this is something they've actually been monitoring, though, for about a week.
We were setting pretty well, and then we got the big rain last night. That really escalated our levels quite a bit to where, we're starting to impact our facilities, campsites, and a few of our actual structures.
And Rice says they will reevaluate the water levels next week to determine whether they will be able to release any of that water. New overnight, one man is in the hospital this morning after a rollover crash in Silver Lake overnight. This happened around 12:30 this morning at Moore Tire Center. That is just off of Highway 24. Emergency crews on scene tell KSNT News the man was traveling west on Highway 24 entering Silver Lake when his car left the road at the curve near Moore Tire Center, causing a chain reaction. They say this is when the man's car hit 5 parked vehicles, causing significant damage to 4 of them. The man removed himself from the car and actually walked to a nearby residence to call for help. He was then taken to a local hospital and is expected to be okay. This is under investigation this morning, and officials say they do believe alcohol may be a factor in the crash. If you have any information about this case, please call police. Well, right now we're following developing news. A robber shut down a gas station and injured an employee by the Kansas Expo Center this morning. It all happened around 4 o'clock at Southwest 17th and Topeka Boulevard. Officers on scene tell KSNT News the employee had a head injury and has now been taken to a local hospital. Police say they have arrested the suspect who was in the robbery case this morning.
Our flash flood watch goes until 1 o'clock Thursday morning for additional rainfall, but a lot of folks going off to work and school this morning. Mainly cloudy, might be some drops of light rain. And in the afternoon, I think a lot of thunderstorms hold off until after 3 or 4 o'clock. I think the vast majority of us get rain and thunder from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. tonight. Some 60s off to our east and southeast, but Topeka still at 64, drops off 10 out toward Hayes, drops another 10 as you venture out toward Goodland. And that's the cooler air that we're going to see slide in late tonight and during the day tomorrow. We may have some spots in the upper 30s to low 40s tomorrow morning. Right now, 54 Marysville, Junction City at 59, but it's 60 in Salina, Emporia, and Kansas City. And the big spiral that we had overnight, lots of lightning and thunder, some areas getting 2 to 3 inches of rain. That's now across areas of Missouri, going right up into Iowa and southeast Nebraska. Here comes a patch toward I-35 that might get up toward Osage City and over toward Lawrence in the next hour or two, but the vast majority of that stays east of Topeka and Manhattan, and still light showers out here toward Westmoreland and getting up toward Marysville and still in that Ogden area. So that leaves, but what's forming out here in the southwest corner, that's what we're going to see in that late afternoon and early evening period. So a little morning rain, a lot of cloud cover today. Temperatures trying to hit the low 70s, a little push of warmer air with mainly a south to southeast wind that might go southwesterly for the afternoon. And then after 4 to 5 o'clock, we'll have thunderstorms entering our west and southwest counties. That will make it very active for a short period of time in the evening. I think after 10 o'clock or midnight, it's over toward Kansas City, so it leaves faster. The chilly day on Thursday with 50-degree highs, but not too bad on Friday, partly cloudy, mid-60s. Mother's Day still looks pleasant, but there might be some showers to dodge on Saturday if you have some events or functions planned. Monday, Tuesday, not bad at all. Low to mid-70s. This time last year, we were already getting a lot of days between 85 and 90 degrees. Brittany, back to you.
Thank you, David. It's 6:38 this morning. Also making headlines, construction in Jefferson County may impact your daily commute right now. Starting today, crews will start construction on K92. This will be from US 59 junction to the K4 junction. Now, traffic will be reduced to just one lane from 6:30 this morning to 7:30 tonight. Each day this is going on. The project, though, is expected to wrap up in about 2 weeks, of course, weather permitting. This year's St. Jude Dream Home is just about to be complete. Landscaping is being worked on outside of the home right now, which is pretty much the last stage of construction. Bob Chalquist, though, he moved in next door to the Dream Home back in January, and he says he reached out to Shawnee County Parks and Rec when he realized the park next door had seen better days.
Try to spruce up the park here and the pond and the waterfall so that the community that comes to tour the St. Jude's house would see that this is a beautiful neighborhood.
Certainly a good idea there. Bob worked with the county to get rid of some of the overgrown plants in the area and also get the waterfall turned back on. Now this comes as the home is just about ready to show for open houses. Furniture is actually being delivered to the home today. This home then will be all decorated and ready to go by this time next week. Now remember, the home can be yours, but more than 4,600 tickets already are gone today, so do not wait to get your ticket. Tickets are $100 each. Last year we did sell out early, so make sure you call that 1-800 number at the bottom of your screen, or you can also get that ticket on our website, ksnt.com. All right, time to put a smile on your face with our cute kiddo of the day. We have River here. He's about 1.5 years old. Now, River loves riding his rocking bull. It's not a horse, it's a rocking bull. And he says, well, his parents say rather, that he plans to join the rodeo when he grows up. We love seeing these pictures. They put a smile on my face every day. So if you want your kid featured on our show, all you have to do is go to our website, go to the news tab, and click on Cute Kids. Well, coming up right after the break, we have Topeka Public School Superintendent Dr. Tiffany Anderson live on the show. We'll have the latest on graduation and end-of-year plans for the school district. That's still ahead.
Cute Kid of the Day is sponsored by Capital Area Successful Start Collaborative.
Good morning and welcome back to KSNT News here on our Wednesday morning. I'm joined by Topeka Public School Superintendent Dr. Tiffany Anderson. Good morning.
Good morning.
Always good to have you here. Now you are going to be on the national stage tonight. Nightly News, NBC Nightly News is planning to interview you today. What is this all about?
Yes, Nightly News is at Topeka High today. They're setting up. They really want to talk about Brown v. Board and the 65th anniversary, which is next week. We're excited about that. They'll actually talk to students. I pick students from my superintendent student advisory group. They are a diverse representation that gives me feedback, and so they'll get a chance to interview a panel of students, myself included, but really the students are the focus, hearing from them at Topeka High, and then they have some Highland Park students as well, but really talking about Topeka, the Topekan community, Brown v. Board, race, and all of the other topics. So we are excited to highlight our kids.
Great opportunity to show Topeka on that national stage, and some
Yes.
good news. Well, it's May here, and so graduation just around the corner.
Yes, we're so excited. So graduation really is the first weekend after Mother's Day. So that is on the 18th. So this next weekend, that Saturday, all day, we're at the Expo Center. All the high schools have their graduations there, all the comprehensive high schools. A couple days earlier, the alternative schools have theirs. So we are excited about that. It's the most exciting part of the year for me.
Absolutely.
And really, we're looking at a continued steady high graduation rates. Our test scores just came back this week. That's also on the upward trend in terms of improvements across elementary, middle, and high. So we really are excited.
That's certainly a good way to end the 2018-2019 school year. Congratulations to all the graduates. And, the last big thing that we have to mention, it's Teacher Appreciation Week.
Yes, we love our teachers. We're so excited. So Teacher Appreciation Week is all week. We give them tokens of appreciation, but really we look at everybody as a teacher, custodians, secretaries, the classroom teacher. It takes all of us to make things happen for kids. So this week, we encourage everybody, whether you have a student in school or not, to say thank you to a teacher. It may be a former teacher that you had or someone that's currently working in schools. So happy Teacher Appreciation Week and happy Mother's Day.
Yes, absolutely. Our teachers deserve that thanks. Thank you, though, for being here this morning. We appreciate it every month. From there, though, we are going to go to our forecast. It's been raining a lot. So, David, what's going on out there?
We talked all morning about crews getting in place now for Wildcat Creek, and there's our live shot right there. The flood stage at Manhattan Scenic Drive for Wildcat Creek is 14 feet. At last reading about an hour ago, it was at 15.5 feet and could go up another 5 to 6 feet by lunchtime today. And that's why evacuations have been encouraged, because you want people out of harm's way before that becomes a more serious problem. And so we're going to monitor this. We have 2 crews Here, there's another shot to show you what's going on here. A lot of rainfall in that area. In fact, many spots getting as much as 3 inches of rain in just the last 24 hours time. So we're talking about Manhattan just yesterday and before midnight at 1.09, Emporia close to that same thing. And then after midnight, the additional 2 inches in that same location, putting a 24-hour total at 3 inches plus. And that's just in the 24-hour stretch, not counting the day before that and then all the rain of last week too. So the ground is very wet, the creeks, rivers, and streams are running very high, and we do have our flood watch in effect, and then numerous flood warnings. All the dark green shaded areas are rivers that are at or above flood stage, and so you've got to be very cautious when you're driving around, looking at county bridges, rural roads, and things like that. If you ever encounter high water, you don't know the integrity of the road, you don't know how deep that water may be. It's all about turn around, don't drown. A lot of folks get overconfident, and someday, every day around the country, somebody does that and they don't make it. Severe weather potential, a slight risk as we go through the late afternoon, early evening, but our thunderstorms of last night moving east and north, that's the complex spinning about just like 24 hours ago. Bigger storms, Oklahoma and Texas, but it's this rain in areas like Pueblo and coming out toward Liberal and Garden City. That's what we're going to catch, but also notice this entire mass, the counterclockwise spin, so this is cooler air sliding down through the Rockies. Still lingering showers out here through the north and northwest counties. That's fairly light. This area of rain, Emporia, Burlington, is working right up toward the Lawrence area, so Topeka may catch just a bit of that toward maybe 8 o'clock this morning. But those big boomers, the big loud booms caused by lightning strikes, well, all that's moved well off to the east, so it's quite a bit quiet now. There's Kansas City with a gusty wind of some 24 to 30 miles per hour. The south and southeasterly breeze increasing our instability factor as we go through the afternoon. And again, that might be a contributing factor with deep moisture, warm air, and that breeze to generate some strong to possibly severe storms later. Currently, 50s and 60s on the board, but the warm air is leaving. The cooler air is sliding down, and that's because of this trough. It was way out in Arizona, but it's steadily heading our way. But most of the energy is Texas and Oklahoma, but certainly the cool air coming on through. So our rainfall this morning leaves, and then late day, here comes another batch. That's going to be 5 to 10 o'clock, late day and evening, and then that too will pass by, but that's going to make our flood situation worse in some areas. Then cloud cover on Thursday, maybe a little speckled shower out through the west and northwest counties. So with our forecast today, a chance to be in the low 70s with late day and also some early evening thunderstorms. And once those are done, it's staying cloudy and becoming gradually cooler. Some spots might be 38 to 42 tomorrow morning to the far northwest. There's your chilly day on Thursday, but mild and partly cloudy on Friday. Nothing wrong with that. Widely scattered showers to look out for on Saturday. Mother's Day still looking very, very pleasant. And there's your Monday, Tuesday with low to mid 70s. KSNT News will be right back. Good Wednesday morning. Very heavy rain overnight. Some areas between Emporia and Manhattan getting another 3 inches of rain, and that has led to increased flood warnings on rivers. Wildcat Creek at Manhattan Scenic Drive is about 2 feet above flood stage. Could go up another 5 feet by lunchtime today. There's still some lingering light showers primarily north of Manhattan right now, but there will be additional rain between 5 and 10 p.m. this evening. For the latest update on what's happening, we have crews there live, and we go to James Ryan.
David, Wildcat Creek is rising quickly. Behind me, this is a bridge over Scenic Drive. This is near Anderson, outside of Manhattan, and the water is rapidly rising there. It's also rising up a drainage ditch to the side of me. Now, people in Keats that flooded in 2018 have been evacuated. People at the North Ridge apartments have been told to prepare to evacuate. They've been told to move their cars. This is according to a press release from the city of Manhattan. Now, again, there are rising water here. Not sure how much it is going to rise, but again, this is the same creek that did flood during the Labor Day flood last year. So if you did experience flooding during that time, you should be watching the levels around your house and taking the appropriate precautions. This is KSNT News, and we'll be right back after this break.
You're looking live at Wildcat Creek in Manhattan. Again, evacuations have been encouraged for the past 2 hours. It is above flood stage. It will likely rise another 6 feet. And so as a precaution, a lot of folks that were inundated last year have been asked to leave. And if you're in and near this area, you need to make sure that you take alternate routes to work or to school and stay out of harm's way, and also away from all the crews that are doing work out there. Now, there will be additional rainfall that's going to make matters a little bit worse late today and this evening between 5 and 10 o'clock. One last batch in this series of showers and thunderstorms will come through, so that's what we're posting there, high 72. A much cooler day on Thursday with cloud cover, not very pretty at all. It turns pretty on Friday. We start warming it up through the weekend. Mother's Day still looks fantastic, and then there might be some showers toward Tuesday night, Wednesday. What happens in the midweek next week and what happens on Saturday? Very light, but we have one more batch that could give us the half inch, inch to inch and a half later this evening.
All right, again, evacuations are encouraged in the Keats area. Stay safe if you're there. Thanks for waking up with us on KSNT News. We'll see you right back here tomorrow morning.